to me why you were so separated. Excuse me, right? Is if you're a guest on the show, your philosophy is that you should be treated. Right. I mean, you're giving me your time to be on the show today. And by the way, you're the very first guest ever on the podcast for 2 years I've been doing this. That's to be respected and just be great, right? And the way that they conducted themselves was, I feel, well, first of all, actually, I don't want to talk about excellence, but actually, I think that one thing is really stuff. Okay, so I'm going to preface this whole conversation. All right? I saw your response to my response. So we're responding to each other in our own content, right? We're finally going to get to have a conversation man to man today, and I'm really appreciative of that. In your response, you basically said the reason you apologized to me is because you felt like you were being a hater, that you saw that I'm kind of a little bit on the rise now, having the redemption arc, and you felt like even though you think I might squander it because I have a track record of doing the wrong thing and squandering stuff, that you don't want to crap on that moment, right? And I want to say to you, number one, I appreciate that because I didn't expect that from you. But when you said that, it made me think as well about myself. And I know for a fact that before you ever even mentioned me, I had mentioned you in a negative way in my content. All right. So in reality, I'm the one who kind of started any kind of bad blood between us because for the last 10 years, I've basically been hated on so badly by these detractors that I couldn't really get a foothold in anything positive. I kind of had to hide on my channel just broadcasting for my audience. And I didn't have opportunity to really do the things that everyone else around me was getting to do. I couldn't do a collab because my detractors would go harass the person I wanted to collab with, and they get talked out. I couldn't go on a podcast because all people would want to do is talk about insulting shit about me. So, that being said, I want to, before we even begin, I want to apologize to you two because I feel like I'm the reason why all the bad blood actually started, because to be publicly admitting this, I'm jealous that you are as successful as you are. I feel like at one point I had a good thing going, and it got taken away from me because of a series of bad circumstances, a lot of which are my fault. And I shouldn't be crapping on you just because you found a way to be successful in your own way. I may not agree with the way that you become successful. It's like a moral thing or a philosophical thing on mine that I disagree with some of the things you say and do. But that doesn't give me the right to then totally dump on you. I was a hater of yours long before you hated on me. So I just wanted to get that out there. It's my fault that we kind of started that.
A little to the right on approach.
I appreciate it.
Okay, using that downslope nicely. This one should be okay.
That's kind of how it started.
All right, she's ready to go. Let's see what this hole brings.
As someone who is a drama merchant like myself, if somebody like yourself starts swinging at me, okay, well, now I can make a Twitter video. Now I can make a response to this. That's always kind of been my game. To not run away from drama, but to embrace it and make content out of whatever's being argued, right? So yeah, I do appreciate that. That makes sense, and I think to the outer world, the people that aren't really paying attention to you with a magnifying glass, there's a lot of misconceptions, right? Like when you're out there and you're saying I don't like drama, and most people don't believe that when they hear you say that, right? But it's true. I think it's genuinely true. You want to have positive content. You don't want to go back and forth with someone. But maybe now you're realizing it is smart to call out certain bad actors. It is kind of smart to kick back to other people and get your point across. Even though it might be drama, usually progress in the end happens because there was a fight, there was a debate, and ultimately everyone settled on a decision in the end, right? Right. And you know what? Being through 10 years of harassment, abuse by these detractors, I'm not saying everyone else on the internet that watched the detractor content and commented on it. I'm talking about some crazy detractor people. There are large group of people who can be clapped back at.
This is a very long putt for him. Let's see what he does.
With Duty this
Looks
week,
like this one will break a bit to the left.
People are seeing that now happen in the public eye. Like, oh shit, Phil actually said something, and that got other people to look at it, and now this is all happening. Because you're right, I don't want to be involved seriously in a drama sphere of people attacking each other, being at each other's throats. That's not the kind of content that I ever wanted to make on YouTube.
This one seems to be tilting left to right.
But it's kind of hard to not get involved when after 10 years of being abused,
people have such bad misconceptions of me, and I think that it is time to maybe start focusing in on certain individuals who have been the worst bad actors in all these situations.
Yeah, real quick, the chat is saying that I have bad audio. I don't know if it's...
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it sound bad to you?
It
sounds
sounds
about
a
8
little,
feet from the cup.
how can I say, like a little mechanical almost?
Let me turn...
blown out.
I'm going to turn mine down on my end, and then if you right-click on me on Discord, you can either turn me up or turn me down.
Gotcha.
And you're going to need to
So
drop
right
this
click
if you
right
want
on
to
the
save
face.
par.
Here you are. And, all right, turned you up a little bit.
Is that better?
Is that better, everyone? Sounds a little better, right?
Okay, yeah, they're saying it's way better. Cool. All right. And I forgot where we were in the conversation. But yeah,
6-foot putt for
ultimately,
him.
you do have to pick your battles, and some battles you absolutely you need to take. Like the thing that just happened with Duty and calling him out, right?
Right.
You know,
And you're
there
out,
are
even
certain
par.
people that are just stealing your content, and they're not adding commentary, and they're not the good guys in the scenario. Regardless of what you think of DSP, they are the bad guys. They're stealing content and uploading it, and that doesn't just go against DSP. That goes against the entire, online entertainment sphere. There isn't a single creator that would support what Duty's doing. No one will,
Yeah, we know the rules.
Well, let's
Games
see
for a
what
while,
you
we
got.
know what goes and what doesn't go. Listen, originally, over 10 years ago, when people started that this is how you don't play series about me, that was actually fair game, and I responded poorly because we didn't know kind of the rules back then. You're talking over a decade ago, what's allowed, what's not. But now we know. As long as you're making a transformative work, you're making your own content, you're commentating on it, you're criticizing something, you're plugging it up, so it doesn't represent just a straight copy-paste job, it's fine. But what some of these people are doing, it's just like I was just saying this right before you got on, Team. These people broadcast as you're broadcasting, and they're clipping and they're uploading it to their channels before you even finish your broadcast. So how am I supposed to have a chance to make a buck on my own work when you already have people
All right,
watching
let's see
it
how he
coming
does
in
here
your
on this
channel
hole.
with no commentary or anything? It's absolutely not acceptable on YouTube. It's not only against partner program rules, it's against the law. It's against DMCA law. You cannot do that.
Going with
like,
the hybrid.
You really think you could take
And
a
with
movie
that,
like
he'll end up
Avengers Endgame
just
and
barely
just
into this
cut 30 minutes
first
out of it,
cut.
put it on your channel, and put it, this movie sucks. You can't do that.
You
Yeah.
can't do that. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, and this whole thing with Duty, I didn't want to have to do it, but, you
Here's
get
a
to a
look at
point
their
where it gets so
hybrid.
bad, and people are telling me, this guy is literally now bragging, like he is bragging on his channel, that he made $5,000 last month on ad revenue, and it's literally all of your content just on his channel sitting there. And I was like, you know what? Now that I actually have a little bit of clout, now that people are watching my content for the first time in ages, I'm going to say something. And man, did it take off in less than a week already. This guy got blown up. Like, everyone knows what's going on. And, I guess from what I'm to understand, he got demonetized today, which I had nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know how to report a channel or anything like that. But that's what happened. Breaking the rules. Then you finally get the camera turned back on you, rather than you're looking at everyone else making money off of them. When it gets turned back on you, you better be ready to be in the firing line. I don't think that these people are. I think they've had it good for a decade, and now they're, oh shit, wait, now I can't just do whatever I want anymore. And I'm just going to forewarn other crafters too. There's some out there that are doing the same thing Duty did. You got to be careful now, because now I get the feeling there's going to be people coming after everyone because he was the first. You saw what happened, so you can't care. It's
I think I'm indirectly
rough
involved
here.
with him getting demonetized. So basically, I was listening to him fight with you and listen to him basically saying that he's doing nothing wrong. And as someone who's like an expert in this space,
Let's make this a short
just drove
stay
me
at the
nuts.
beach.
So I tried to call him to his show and give him advice, but he wanted to do the blood sports thing and interrupt me and talk over me and spin a narrative. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, all right, well, let's agree to report your channel to YouTube and have them review it and see what happens. No, don't do that. It's like, okay, you're admitting that you're in the wrong.
Will
right?
he
So I never
make
did
it?
that.
He's got a long
YouTube. But
putt.
what happened was,
So,
is I then, on
go
Local
either way.
Live, reviewed
Looks like a bit of a break
the me
in
and
this one
Duty
to the
debate
right.
or whatever, and talked about it further. And that stream on Local Live actually got
Looks like he
dinged for
started this
bullying
one
and
out right.
harassment.
It's
We
still
got a warning.
tracking.
So I had to call
And
YouTube
here we
and
go
say,
with
hey,
her
can you
par
review
putts.
this? Because I don't
I
think
think
I
this
should
one's
have
going
that
left to
warning
right.
strike, right?
And as they're reviewing it, because they need more context of what it was saying about Duty, they're hearing me say, hey, look, you're in violation, Duty, of copyright. You're in violation of the YouTube partnership program. You're in violation of TOS. So I think maybe indirectly, YouTube's reviewing Locale Live. They're hearing the context, and then they're like, wait, what's going on with this Duty stuff? And I think that's how he got dinged. So I actually called Duty earlier today, and I apologized to him and told him, like, hey, this is what I think what happened. I wouldn't have ever reported you without your permission, but I think this was how it all played out. So me and Duty are cool now. He doesn't blame me, but he understands the circumstances.
It's funny because this is all for me, as you know. I've been basically chat on for again a decade, and only like this month have people kind of started new positivity again. And all of a sudden, you know, people listening to what I have to say and stuff. And it's funny because for 10 years, people like Review Tech USA and my detractors have literally crapped on me on a daily basis. I never took action against them, right? I didn't strike their videos. I didn't give them community strikes. Oh, you're bullying me and shit like that. But now all of a sudden, it's like a karma thing. Like it's coming back on them. Like Review Tech, I didn't do a damn thing, and this guy's life is falling apart. His stream's falling apart. It was gonna happen eventually if you just keep with that kind of, I don't know, you're beating up on the little guy. I feel like it's gonna come back to bite you. First it was Review Tech, now it's Duty, and you know I think sadly I say it, these people got to be careful because now the eye is on them, and it might continue. But I won't be involved. I'll be making content on my channel. I won't even do it.
I didn't know enough about Rich's background, right? But then at the same time, there's been so many battles with him throughout the years that I just forgot about until I watched an exposed video on him. And I was like, oh yeah, I did call him out for that throughout the years. But now that I've better understood, like Rich and all his scandals, his potential scamming people, lying. I mean, there's an accusation that he tried to send you a computer with a rat on it to spy on you. That ended up at his past editor's house, and you know. Like, these are crazy, crazy allegations. So now that I know that context, every time he is sitting there reacting to DSP, what is he really doing? He knows that he's in trouble. He knows he's a lolcow. He knows he's a joke. So he's trying to punch down to get some favoritism. And that's why you've been the target of Rich for all these years. It's literally that simple. It's a deflection.
UFC 314. Fight on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Yeah. All right. What I like to do, I like to kind of open up with a question for you. That I think a lot of people they're wondering this too. How originally, like, what was your conception of me on the internet as a content creator? Like, I know probably you never had heard of me, and then all of a sudden you probably heard, oh, this guy's talking shit about you or whatever. And then somehow we ended up getting involved with each other back and forth with respect. But I'm just curious as you know, outsider, as a content creator, but not really knowing me, like, what was your conception of me? I heard some of this when you did your response to my response. You were talking about me. And I'm just curious, from you've been in the game a super long time. What is your conception of Dark Side Phil?
And here we go
at first, it was just he's an old school content creator, old school gamer, old school YouTuber that had the incident. Like, that's it. That's all I knew, right? And then when you called me out, I was like, up a minute. Let me like try to figure out who this guy is. And I'm just seeing all these detractor videos, right? So then I just kind of used that in my ammo of responding back. And so I felt like you were a person that it's very common in our space, who's been on the platform forever. You love this stuff, you still do it, but you just don't adapt. You don't adapt as well as other YouTubers, right? So and Wings has the same issue.
Let's see if he can get up and down from here.
That's what he knows and that's what he loves. So that's pretty much how I even recently came to the conclusion that, like, hey, you know, Phil's having a moment right now, but he's going to be right back to where he was. But here's the thing, Phil. You having me on the show, the fact that I'm here right now is showing that you're actually trying to adapt. You're actually trying to do some different stuff. And then, before I came on here, even though we agreed on it, I seen the Kino Casino stream with the guy from Josh. Yes. where you got rid of Derek, which was one of those things that was a no-brainer, right? I understood you didn't want to open up Hell's Gate and have all your, supporters be investigated and whatnot, but that was a no-brainer. And the fact that you took that step and, admitted that you play the game, the wrestling game and stuff, I'm like, okay, this guy is changing. He's actually adapting, and this is what he would need to do to maintain
Let's see how this goes down.
That's going on right now.
Right. Okay, that's cool, because I'm just glad that he's great. I'll be honest with you,
Okay, from the green side sand.
like
Hopefully we get up and down from here.
Shadow. And the fact that people, for the first time in 10 years, are looking at him and saying, wow, this guy isn't actually...
And let's get out of this beach here.
We're actually checking him out for the first time. We're liking his personality as he crosses it
Oh, it almost...
people on the internet. We're liking the content he's putting out.
Okay, green side sand. Let's see what you have.
It's crazy to me to hear that from you. Because never in my wildest dreams would I think I was going to have Keemstar
from the
on
bunker.
my little rinky-dink level 1 podcast, the name of which I got from an insult from you, by the way, which is hilarious.
And from the green side sand, looking for an up and down here.
You would say something like that. That's cool. I mean, and again, I thank you for being on. And in fact, this kind of leads to the next question. Why did you accept my invite? Like, what is it that
All right, time to get out of the bunker. Let's do this.
At the time when I insulted you, and I was like, he's always.
And unfortunately, we're done here today. Just a real bad final hole. It's not a good note to leave things on, but kind of happens sometimes.
I'm like, bro, I'm being a bully. I'm shitting on this guy, having a moment. I think throughout my career, and I'm known as like this evil guy, but really, if you dive deep, you'll see that I've looked at small content creators and YouTubers and try to inspire them and get people motivated my entire career. So it kind of just went against everything. And I forgot the original question. What was the original question?
The original question was why did you accept my invite to be on the show? Because it was shocking. I thought it might have just got us going back and forth a little bit more, and you accepted it. I was like, wow.
Sometimes the good stuff is right into your view. Like the 1.5 times more calcium you get with lactate calcium in this milk. So savor every moment and enjoy more of what you love.
I think I would have accepted it at any time, even when we were really going at each other, right? I'm always down, and I try to keep myself available to big shows, small shows, whatever. I think it's important to just appear as many places as possible. And I think you should do the same. I think you should do as many collaborations as you possibly can. But this thing with Kino Casino giving you like this encouragement and whatnot, it just goes to show how important it is to just be nice every once in a while. Say nice things. Because like that literally, having someone behind you cheering you on and giving you that support, whether it was genuine or not, like maybe they just want you on the show, I don't know. Whether it was genuine or not, it has caused you to completely change. And I think the number one perception about you is this guy's stuck in his ways and he's never ever going to change. He's never going to conform. He's stuck in his safe spot and he's not going to come out. And that's really all you needed. Was you needed someone with some influence to just get behind you and say, "Phil, come on, you can do it."
You're right. And when I was popular on YouTube back in the day, okay, I was a one-man like I didn't do that, but I was still super popular. So I kind of got used to that. Like I'm buying myself a big man. And you're right. What happened in the last 10 years, things have completely changed on YouTube. It's about kind of interaction. You are not a person who's taking on-demand videos, right? You have to have that human plus, that social aspect of your content. I haven't had that at all. And now it's given me a chance, because it was a matter of give me a chance to go on your show and show me who I really am, rather than let me go on your show and you interrogate me for 5 hours about all that the detractors say about me. But now we don't ever get to show any kind of intelligence or thought or anything else that might be entertaining to an audience. And that's what those guys did. They gave me a chance to weigh in. It still happened, but because of that, it humanized me. And you can say, hey, he's not a condemned, he's not some asshole. He's actually not that bad. And that was really cool for them to give me that chance. Because things have now, and giving me that momentum, that forward momentum. And I am hopeful.
when I'm doing the stuff, obviously I don't want to give up stuff that I've done for 10 years that I love. I still want to play for you, right? I still want to do build my audience, my core audience. But yeah, you're right. It's all about adaptation. And again, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for not being the game. Because like, but now it's so crazy. Like within a few weeks, like here's then they're going to reject the app, but they didn't they didn't even do Johnson. Now it's just like, what's next, right? And do the next weekend. I don't know yet. Right? I know what's next. I know what needs to happen. You need to have stop side scrollers on this show. Then the guest, so I need to do that. So, okay. Well, yeah, can I say something in their defense, right? You know, the Trestles were building this roller W for a decade, right? When you went on there, they kind of had to hit you with everything. Because if they didn't, they'd be like, I can't believe you were the only guy to have to get Steve, and you didn't ask him about this with Steve. And you know what I mean? They kind of had to do that. And then also, that interrogation screen had to happen to open the gateway to Kino Casino to be a more friendly environment because all that other stuff is already covered, right? And all those hard questions have already been hit. So, in a way, I feel like that was almost necessary.
Okay, and I actually agree with you, but I guarantee you've never actually heard what I actually have issue with. It's not minimal. I was totally okay with that interview. After the interview, I went on my own stream and I said, that went as well as I think it was going to go. I knew they were going to hit me with all those questions. I had given them permission beforehand to ask me all those questions. Okay. My issue with Sideshow is that after that interview, they had said the next day they were going to do what they call the decompression stream. They were going to play Mario Kart or whatever because they knew it was going to be so much drama. They just wanted to unplug from the drama for a day so that they could just kind of calm down and then get back to normal. The agreement was after that interview, we were supposed to talk and they were supposed to have me on as a real guest. So what happened on Kino Casino was actually supposed to happen right after my side scroll was in. What actually happened was they changed their schedule so that that day after was a shit on Darkside filled with this detractor session while we received donations to do it. And it's like, wait a minute, when did I agree to the shooting gallery? Like that never happened. That's the equivalent of someone like Barbara Walters, a high-end, journalist, interviewing someone that's a hot topic, asking them tough questions. And then the next day she goes on a show and says, wow, that guy's a piece of shit. I didn't believe a single thing he said. And then, by the way, all the people that don't like that person are paying her money for sponsorships behind the scenes and shit for saying that stuff on this interview. So that's what I'm not cool with. And then I did talk to them after, and they were like, oh, no, we don't want you on the show anymore because we don't believe you. I was like, wait, what? Like, that wasn't the agreement. It was supposed to be.
I didn't know that.
Right in writing, they said, we don't trust you anymore. We just think you're a liar. This isn't kosher, so we don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. But now, this is what happened after. My detractors gave them so much money for a couple of streams, they realized, ooh, this is the money train, right? They kept trying to get me on the show again after the fact. After they wanted the money train to continue. So now I'm like, no, fuck you guys, right? You treated me like dirt the next day. Then you canceled what we were supposed to do. I'm not going to give you any more time. This Stuttering Craig kept fucking talking about me on the show. He had a whole screen monetized the detractors where they came on the stream and gave him money to shit on. And then he emailed me, like, for months, will you play Street Fighter 6 with me? Craig, you don't even fucking play fighting games. Why would I play Street Fighter 6 with you? I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Like, don't you get it? He was, like, so desperate for more attention for a series of months after. And then finally, I think he got the message, except I got another email for him back in February. Will you be on our 1-year anniversary show? No, Craig, I don't want to be on your fucking show. And that's the last time I heard from him.
Parenting is a wild ride. The Go-Go Squeeze makes snack time so easy. Made with 100% and no nuts, no chaos.
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums. Also try Tums Gummy Bites.
So, that's the true story. I don't care about the interview. That was expected. It was the follow-up that was so poorly done. And think of it this way. That interview, it was just done, and then they moved on. People would watch that interview and be like, well, I'm going to judge for myself now, whether things Phil said are legit or not. Maybe he's lying. Maybe he's telling the truth. And people would have their own, judgment. Instead, when they went on their show the next day and crapped on me all day, every single person who saw that interview is going to be like, well, if the interviewers don't believe him, you're not going to believe me either. So fuck that.
Right?
And that's what happened.
I didn't know that, but also I can see them, like almost 99% of all YouTubers still doing the same thing side scrollers did because they're just adapting. Okay, a lot of people hate DSP. Now let's bring his haters on. We're going to make more money. We're going to get more views. I mean, it's just, unfortunately, that's part of the beast with the business, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, moving on from the side-scrolling thing. People, I know people are going to want me to talk to you about this. I think it was inevitable, all right? The whole Lol Cow Live podcast thing and what happened between us, I think it's time to hash it out and actually talk from our perspectives of what happened and figure out what really happened. Because it seems like both of us remember our own perspectives, and that's the problem. You can only remember your own perspective, right? You don't get to see what actually happened on the other side. Most of the time, reality is somewhere in the middle, correct? So what I want to say is, number one, my first question, why were you so dead set, and where did you come up with this idea that when you were formulating this Lol Cow Live podcast, which now I believe is called, no, first it was the Lol Cow podcast, and then it became Lol Cow Live. Did you have a naming dispute or something stupid like that?
I'll get into. Let me start at the very beginning, though.
Okay. Not the greatest contact on that one.
Live is our Twitter battle back and forth, right? So
he sets up
the weird
around
thing is
me and that Twitter video where I'm saying you're still stuck on level 1 has not only named this show, but it also inspired Lol Cow Live, because what happened is I'm like, okay, what about these guys like Wings, Boogie, and DSP that are kind of like stuck on level 1 and they can't get to the next spot? If they did a podcast together, it would be wildly successful. Everyone would tune in and they would be able to monetize their own F-ups or whatever, you know? So I had this idea and I instantly started like tweeting you guys. Wings and Boogie were in right away. You were relatively difficult, right? And made me want to go through the email, which I'm like, why? Like, that makes no sense. Like, why do I have to email? We're already talking in Twitter DMs. Why don't we just get on the phone and talk about this right away? But I get it. I think part of the reason why you gave me so much pushback right up the gate is because we just got out of fighting. Why the hell would you trust me that I have good intentions, you know, right out the gate?
Okay, out of the rough, and this might not be enough.
You said this earlier.
It looks like you're a bit off on that approach.
Sometimes you gotta just be nice to someone to get the reaction you want. And I'm the kind of person that I respond very, very negatively to, how can I say, negative stuff. So if you insult me, I'm going to have such a bad idea in my head about you that I'm not going to want to do anything with you. On the flip side of that, if you're nice to me, I tend to reciprocate. You know, it's kind of like they say, treat others how you want to be treated, the golden rule.
Yeah.
And so if it had been more of you would approach me about this before our spat, I probably would have really seriously considered it. You want to know the truth? Dude, I was razzing you with the email thing. Obviously, I could have easily talked to you outside of the email, and it's like, you know, this guy has been a dick to me, so I'm going to make him email me this shit in order to talk about that. Email, what the fuck, right? We could have easily DM'd on Twitter. It was the simplest thing, you know? So I think, the thing is, I think you kind of get that. You've been in the game, you know about how this game is played, right? We're going back and forth a little bit. You know, I made
close.
Well,
pretty close with that.
The reality here is, when you did finally get in contact with me, we were trying to arrange this call. It really was, I gave you the times. I know it was kind of difficult, but I streamed fun. I streamed 6 days a week, full fucking time. I know from your perspective, you're like, dude, this is a 50K opportunity, and you should drop everything to talk to me. In my mind, that's not the kind of guy I am. I'm really not. Yeah. Like, I know the money can help, but I'm not like a strongly money-motivated person. It's like, is there something I'm going to be interested in doing? Is there something my community is interested in doing? You know, and I wasn't sold on the idea of being on a podcast that you were running because we had the bad blood. You know, even if it was a well-intentioned show, I wasn't convinced that it wasn't going to turn into somehow, let's rag on DSP, let's hate on DSP, let's trap DSP into doing something he doesn't want to do. And there's a difference between being a guest on a show or actually getting into a business arrangement where you must continue to do a show for a long period of time. And that's what I really was very apprehensive about getting involved in. So, quite frankly, even if we had talked about it and the offer was formally made, I still don't know if I would have done it because, you know, after 10 years again of being beat up by the internet, you'll wonder, you always got to second guess every opportunity. Is it really a trap or not? You know, hell, you know, Cino had me on, everyone thought it was going to be a trap. It was going to be, you know, they're going to fuck this guy. And it ended up not being that, you know, what that was, I don't know.
You know, that puddle end up short.
Continuing on. Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have a background of
lines this up. This would be for Bogey.
I had Baited, which was like the first one in commentary that inspired all these other podcasts. That was, I mean, some of the views over there. And this is back
back
this
in
putt is
2016
around
with
6
like
feet up.
millions of views per episode. And then I launched Mom's Basement, and we sold that to Spotify. It was Spotify exclusive. Did very well. So I know the podcast space really well, and I knew it enough.
Nothing you can do now. Just pop in the bogey
even with
and
Wings
we'll
and
move on.
Boogie, it's doing very, very well. Some nights we've had like 20,000 concurrent viewers over there. Right now we're averaging about 7,000 concurrent viewers, which is still
muscle
amazing,
into that one.
right? It's insane.
And let's see, he's setting up now,
it
2-footer.
Wings and Boogie so much. Wings finally has savings,
go.
and Boogie doesn't have to worry about his mortgage anymore. That was
All
like
right,
the biggest
give
fear
a tap
that
and
he would
we'll
lose
head
his house.
on to the
And
next
it's a lot of fun to do. So.
Okay, you are at 2 over.
Turn ordinary campaigns into influencer marketing powered results quickly. Get started today.
Wherever you go, lead the way.
All right, and to clarify something that I've heard you say, or at least you hear shit through the grapevine. There's been this like misconception behind the scenes that apparently I was trying to plot with Boogie and Wings behind your back for us to do our own show and cut you out. And I would like to clarify that because there's been so many people spinning it in negative ways, notably my detractors and shit, that I just want to let you know what really happened. And again, you don't have to believe me, but I'd like to tell you my perspective here.
Sure.
Is when Boogie said he had cancer for the first time, I swear to God this is true. When he announced to the internet that he had cancer, what was it, like 2 years ago now or something like that? Maybe 3, I don't even know. I actually DM'd him on Twitter, and I wished him the best because I felt bad that I had heard this, and I knew his history or whatever. And we basically had like a conversation at the time, just back and forth, very cordial.
Ready to roll on this one. Let's see how this tee shot goes.
Always wanted to do content, and I was like, why would Boogie want to do content with me? Again, I don't understand my everyone.
We're going with 5 iron here.
Do, but apparently people, it's an entertainment item. And so, I get it. So we talked a little more, and we kind of came up with this idea that maybe, we would actually do a podcast together. Not that it would be an ongoing thing, but maybe we do an episode or 2 and test the water. So that's actually, at that very moment when we announced that we really had cancer, was the moment we had that idea.
Someone's heading a bit right.
We do a show together. Now,
unfortunately, we missed the green here. Let's see how he gets out of this one.
I don't have the idea in your head yet, but that's what started, okay? And then over the time frame of like the next year or 2 when all this is coming together, basically what happened was, I guess you were trying to get the show together. This is when we had our spat, and okay, and it fell apart. And then you talk shit about me on and stuff like that. And he, even to my knowledge, I guess he was very angry with me
let's see how
because he felt like I cost him $50,000 or whatever. And I got contacted by a third party that I guess is supposed to be like his lawyer or something, and said, "Hey, so Boogie and Wings are interested in doing a podcast with just you without King." I swear to God, this is what happened. I did not contact them. I was contacted by this third-party guy saying, now, I didn't believe it. I thought this is some fucker trying to catfish or something, right? So I went right to Boogie, and I asked him, is it legit? He says, yes, this guy's legit. Trust him. I'm like, okay. So then I talked to this guy for a while, and the idea was that Boogie and Wings were going to do their boxing match for you. And when they were done, and everything was cooling down, it would be a great thing to start a podcast with the 3 of us because they had momentum on their side from this boxing match, right? And so I was in talks with this guy, working it out. He was basically going to arrange this. I was going to be kind of a host, and they were going to be out. We're working all the details out. We'll pop and share all the shit, right? Who knows where it will go? And then all of a sudden, it gets announced that Wings and Boogie are doing your show instead of mine. And everyone's like, Phil, what happened? I thought you were talking, you were going to get a show with them or whatever. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I was, to my knowledge, this was probably going to happen, and it's not apparently, and everyone's dumping on me like I screwed up or something. Like, what did I do? I'm just talking to this guy, explaining this is how it's all going to happen or whatever. I don't know who the guy is. I really don't. So I don't want to crap on him or anything. But okay.
So here's what really happened, right? I announced I want to do LOLCOW Live. It's the greatest idea ever. It's going to be a wild success. The hosts are going to be DSP, Wings, Boogie. Me and you never come to agreement. It doesn't happen, right? So it sits dormant for like, what,
all right,
6
way closer
months?
Than you were. Not a bad effort there.
For a long time.
And
then
to him,
I
I
go
say good luck,
focus on
because this
this
is an insanely
Wings and
long
Boogie.
putt for a fella to
while
make.
I'm building hype and working my ass off to make this
breaking to the left.
viral like it was, they had so much attention around him. This other guy swooped in named Games Attorney, right? Was that his name, Game Attorney or Games Attorney?
Yes.
One of these names, there's Game Attorney and Games Attorney. One of these names is legitimate, and everyone knows them from back in the day in commentary, because they work with H3 and other people and are
double bogey for this one.
And the other one literally just has a similar name. And the guy with the similar name is the guy that reaches out to Wings and Boogie, who thinks he's legit, and they're like, okay, we'll do a podcast with you since it's not going to happen, and we'll keep Keem out of it, and we'll get DSP, and so they start talking to you. Then I find out that they're doing this show without me. I'm like, oh, hell no. This is my idea. I'm doing it. So then they leave you, and I kick out the Games Attorney guy, and that's why we had to change the name, because it was the Lolcow Podcast. He already went and built all the usernames all over online.
Oh,
so it was like I had to kick this random guy out of the whole business transaction, and then create new brand names and all that called Lolcow Live. Yeah, so that's what happened there.
All right, so just so you know, I wasn't trying to snake you, skunk you. I wasn't trying to do anything. Like, I was barely involved. It was like other people were driving that boat, and I just got pulled into it. And I see people are saying, see, Darkside Phil was trying to steal the show from Keem. Like, really? What the fuck is going on here? It's always me, right? It's always me behind.
You had Boogie and Wings in the middle that are like trying to get you involved, but also trying to get me involved, right? So they were playing both sides, really. And then when I found out what was going on, I was like, all right, the Game Attorney guy, he's gone. Like, get him out.
Patriot Software immediately helped me run payroll, and I was able to accomplish it with no problem as someone who had never done it before. Running payroll is very easy. The employees have all their pay in a timely fashion in a streamlined solution. I found that Patriot Software was the most cost-effective and provided the highest value to grow my
Okay, we've found your friend here in the deep rough. Let's see how he does. Well, he's on with that shot, and yeah, he's got a lot of real estate to cover for that next match. Okay, he's coming out of the deep
stuff. Probably have heard me be very critical of you and the kind of content that you've done over the years. You be forward with the audience here, because maybe you guys have not heard me criticize Keem before. I'm the kind of guy that I want to be sure that the content that I'm making, at the end of the day, I can go to sleep in my bed, right, and not have, like, bad feelings about, man, what I just did today. Yeah, I made a lot of money. It was very popular, but, man, I don't know if I can sleep at night because of what I just did, all right? And what I mean by that specifically is I want to be sure that the content that I make isn't free, right? When I'm doing gameplay, when I'm doing my podcast, when these appearances that I'm doing on other shows, these are not harmful. These are fun. They're silly. People find get a chuckle out of it. But it's not like, oh, I bullied someone or I hurt someone or something like that. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of the drama alert stuff you've done over the years. I've seen some of it, and I do feel like some of the content, not all of it, that's for sure, but some of the stuff you've done has been very productive and actually has helped a lot. I've seen times you interjected yourself into a situation like that guy who was swatting people, and you actually, I believe you got his information and reported him to the police. That's a direct example of how you actually stopped something that could have gotten worse and worse and worse. And that's to be applauded and commended, all right? But at the same time, I've definitely seen examples of drama that's been exacerbated or exaggerated or really hammed up on your content. I'm not a fan of that, but that's a morality thing with me. That's my own personal code. That's where I grew up, my upbringing. I would not want to make bullying style content like that. And you might even disagree that it's bullying. That's fine. I'm going to give you the opportunity to counter this. But for me, I would feel bad.
Forget about that bunker. Leave it in the past.
Now, with Lolcow Live, it's coaching me.
All right, he's got quite a conundrum in front of him here. Very, very, very long putt.
It really is. I'm thinking, so the whole idea behind the show is bullying. You're going to bully me and Wings and Boogie, and we're going to have to do stunts, we're going to have to do dumb shit. That's the last thing that I want to be involved in. Even if there's money involved, and I'm going to take a big $50K bonus.
And from there,
if the show blows up, I make even more. To me,
Okay, he's got a very, very extremely long putt here. Let's see what he does.
I know that you're a businessman who makes tons of money, but that's not what it was about for me. It's a morality. So, what is your take on the kind of content you make, this low-call live show? What is your perspective on it?
He has a very long putt in his future. Let's see what happens.
You feel the content you make is good content, is safe content, is not harmful content? Because this is a conception.
Not a bad result from that distance.
And stuff like that.
We've got 12 feet to go here.
I mean, I don't agree
looks
with
like
that
it's going
assessment.
left to
the
right.
majority of drama content is informing the public on the tee, right?
And
This
with this
person's
putt,
fighting
you
with
could
this
save
person.
par.
This
Good
is
luck.
what was said.
I think
That
this
was
one's
what was said in
breaking to the
response.
left.
And every once in a while, I give my opinion, like yikes or wow. I think this person's wrong or whatnot. That's the majority of the time. Now, sometimes, I really want to get an opinion out there because it either affects me personally, like this Duty situation, right? I was insulted listening to Duty say that he's a content creator. I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for 15 years. You click, fill, and upload. You're not a content creator. You know what I mean? So
And with that,
we're busting our asses to make content every day, and this fucker is just soiling us and then making money on our backs, and we're supposed to be okay with that, right? Like, just let me do whatever. No, that's like the most insulting.
It was so insulting, and it seems like such a petty thing, I'm sure, from the audience for me to get triggered by, but I was. I was like, stop calling yourself that. This is bullshit. So, sometimes, when I have a strong opinion, I share it, but I'm not really in the business of bullying, but I'm sure I come across that way to you because the incident, right? We cover on Drummer. The result of that is you getting bullied, right? Obviously. You did talk smack about me, and you had this opinion of me, and then I fire back, and the result of that was probably bullying, right? I am engaged in a lot of fights with other content creators and arguments back and forth and debates. That probably comes across like bullying. I mean, even the conversation I just had with Duty, right? Here I am, Keemstar, and he's like this little clip channel, if you will, right? That probably to some people comes across as bullying, when really I was just trying to educate them. But I don't think I'm a bully, and I also think the internet picks on me and roasts me and bullies the ever living crap out of me on every single day. So it's not like I. Some people truly have armies, right? They have a huge fan base, and if they say this person bad, thousands go attack them, right? I don't really have that. I've never had that. I don't have hardcore supporters like that will just agree with everything I say and just go attack someone. In fact, most of the time, my viewers are like, no, Keem's wrong, and this is why, So I just don't agree with that assessment, Phil.
I will say this, even though maybe morally I don't agree with you on it, I do think some of the stuff you have done has been bullying, and I think it's okay. We can agree to disagree on it, right? We don't have to hate each other because of that, okay?
Right.
The far worse scenario here is not you. You are not this giant devil villain of YouTube. The people who really are the worst are detractor, crazy, insane people who do things like they formulate cultish groups that hate people and will do the bad things, right? I think the one time you ever got called out for the big time was when you accidentally misidentified someone who was a streamer, I think as a pedophile, and you publicly apologized for it, you exposed your mistake. I remember that whole arc, right?
Oh, yeah.
These detractors will never admit a mistake. They literally will always say the worst thing about the person, and then they will never correct themselves. They're always, they don't even care if it causes personal harm. They'll clip your shit, they'll insult you, they'll insult your family, they'll bring in every possible personal fucking thing into the situation to make you look like a villain or a devil when none of it's fucking true. And it's I understand why people would be upset with some of the content you've made, but I don't think that someone like you is the end-all be-all bad person on YouTube. I think it's these detractor communities that need to be analyzed, and I've actually said this in the last couple of weeks. Everyone wants to do documentary on Darkside Phil, right? No, you want to know what the best documentary ever would literally be? The documentary on the Darkside Phil detractors that actually rip into them. Who are they? Why do they fucking behave like this? How'd the cult form? Wouldn't that be more fascinating than just ragging on me for the same shit for 10 years?
We just dealt with this situation on Local Live, and it was Wings' detractors, right? So one of the main points of the show is we bring the tractor on to like either confront Boogie or confront Wings. And there was this guy, 007, who hates Wings and is trying to put this message out that Wings is like a danger to children. He's a pedo, right?
Wow.
So we have him on to make all his points, and 100% Wings said horrible, questionable stuff in the past, like trying to be funny, trying to be a jock. But Wings just destroyed this thing. Like when they had this talk back and forth, you could clearly tell that Wings 007 had this parasocial relationship with Wings. He was obsessed with him. He was stalking him. He was following everything he was doing, and he was trying to push narratives that just weren't based in reality. And, you know, I think we had like something like 5,000 concurrent viewers that night. This is a while ago before the show really popped off. And the audience, I did a poll, the audience overwhelmingly were on Wings' side. And they said, this guy is legitimately crazy. He is way bigger of a loser than Wings of Redemption. So I think you are right in that assessment, right? That some of the people that harass you and are obsessed with you, if someone were to examine them and what they do on a daily basis, they would come to the same conclusion, like this individual is more of a loser than Phil.
Okay. All right. Still on the topic of Wildcat Live. I think people would probably roast me so bad if I did not bring up a certain point, a little thing of contention that we've had a little spat about recently. Even you publicly threatening me again on one of your Twitter accounts, which is how we tend to go back and forth a lot of the time. So recently on one of my shows, I made a comment that Wildcat Live is scripted. All right. Mm-hmm. Admittedly, when I made that comment, I did not say it is my opinion that Wildcat Live is scripted. I said Wildcat Live is scripted. Right? You would think that people would have common sense to understand that when someone says something like that on the internet, it's their opinion. However, I sometimes forget that a lot of people on the internet are incredibly fucking stupid and will take everything as fact for no good reason. So yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said it in a way. I should have prefaced it and said my opinion is Wildcat Live is scripted. Okay. You then went on a tweet and actually threatened legal litigation against me for saying that. So I said, fair enough, this guy actually has a point. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a disclaimer on the videos from now on saying that my podcast is my opinion. That way, it covers all things. Right? In reality, let's be honest, you're not going to sue me. You were making a point. The point is valid. But that's the way you go about it, and I know that. That's why I'm not going to get ultra pissed about it. Right?
Well, I was trolling you a little bit, like you were trolling me and making me email you. Like, I heard the clip, right? And you're like, no, it's 100% scripted. It's 100%. I'm like, kind of defamation, because it's okay for you to have that opinion, but you can't say for a fact it's scripted, right? So I put out that tweet, and Turkey Tom called it out right away. He was like, bro, you're not serious, dude. Let's be real. But then when you made the update, I was like, all right. You know, I was glad that you put that little disclaimer there that was your opinion, and I just deleted the tweet.
Right. But now, go ahead.
But to tell you, it's not scripted. It really isn't scripted. I know it's insane. I know it's absolutely insane when you watch our show, and you anyone would think, okay, there's no way this is real. But Boogie is insane. Like, he's a crazy person. Wings is a crazy person. You are a character, right? Like, you know.
You could say I'm a crazy person if you want. It's okay. You don't have to sugarcoat it.
Well, some people would say that you're crazy, right? But the reason why the three of you are so popular in these big, like, exposed documentaries from the commentary community is because you're characters. You're truly entertaining. Maybe not in the way where you have like 10,000 concurrent viewers and you have 1 million subscribers, but there is so much value that you guys have, but you're not self-aware of that value, right? But other people that watch you are, and that's why you get clips, and that's why you're in these documentaries. Like, I'm able to look at Wings and Boogie and yourselves and see the value, and that's why I was like, bro, a show, Wildcat Live, it would crush, right? We just had Kino Casino the other day, right? Who saw the value in the DSP interview, right? They saw the value. They understand it, right? Not everyone does. And I think that's something that you really have to be aware of, is that you might not be seeing that return on your individual channel, but you do have value. And there are so many big YouTubers and content creators that would want to collaborate with you. I'm sure there's someone out there with 1 million subscribers that does cooking. If DSP goes over to their house and does cooking with them, right? And we get to see DSP like in an IRL like vlog type style video, it's gonna pop off. Everyone's gonna talk about it. It's gonna be clipped. There is value there that's untapped, you know?
Okay. Thank you for that. That's actually very kind comments there. I want to get back to the whole scripted thing. Okay. I'm gonna press you a little. Don't get upset. Okay.
I'm ready for it.
You got a promise. All right. You recently have had Boogie on the side of a highway, picking up trash, taking his shirt off, which you told him to do, and then he picked up a bottle, right? And in that bottle, supposedly was a mystery liquid that no one knew what it was, and of course everyone, it's piss. And you said, if you drink the piss, you can stop doing this right now, and you can go home, right? Or maybe you can cut time off of doing it or something.
Right.
And he did it. He literally did it. He pulled out his bottle and he drank it. That's the money shot. That's what everyone was, oh my God, I can't believe Boogie drank piss. He's so down, blah, blah, blah. Are you honestly going to tell me right now that Boogie drank piss on Wild Cow Live?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's piss, right? But it's more funny to call it piss than old Kool-Aid or whatever the fuck was in the bottle, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you know, the whole idea of whether or not it was piss or not, no one really knows, right? But I think somebody found the original bottle of that drink, and it was orange to begin with, so it probably wasn't piss. What I will say is that Boogie shouldn't have a career. He shouldn't at all. Like, what he did was horrible, all right? So I understand me making him pick trash seems like I'm a bully or whatever, but it's really not. Like, Boogie's got to do even more crazy stuff for our entertainment. He faked cancer. Okay, that is so huge. Phil, that is so bad. Is there anything that you've ever done in your career, any mistake you've ever made, that even remotely comes close to that?
Of course.
Yeah, it's like, that's insane. So, you know, unfortunately...
So, okay, with that situation, like him going to the highway, him doing that, that's something that you planned, you instituted, and it wasn't like one day Boogie wakes up and he goes, well, I need some content for the show, I'm just going to go pick up trash at the side of the highway, right? So, he scripted the event, correct?
Well, 3 days before this takes place, right, I tell the audience, all right, we're going to make him do community service. And then I call Boogie, and I say, in 3 days, we're going live, and you need to go find trash to pick up on the side of the highway. I mean, that's the script. The script is Boogie is going to pick up trash, you know? So it's like, is it fair to say that that's scripted? You know what I mean? I'm sure you make plans to play certain video games on your stream, right? Is the stream scripted because you made the plan to play that actual video game? You know what I mean?
Yes, that's actually exactly what that means. It means that it's scripted, that I have a script for what I'm going to do on that stream. That's actually the definition of what it means. You have a plan in place, that's the script you're going to follow to institute that plan for a piece of content. So, I understand what you're saying. You're not saying it's fully scripted. It has improv stuff that's happening naturally, and that's where the entertainment value, correct?
I'm so shocked at that response, right? Because there is no script. Yes, you're planning to play that game, but you're live, all right? You're reacting to things on the fly. There isn't a script that you're sticking to. Like, new thoughts are coming in your head, and you're saying them. You're not reciting lines on that stream, right? The only script here is Boogie will pick up trash for 2 hours. Community service. That's it, you know? And everything else is not scripted. You know, there was nobody planted the bottle. He just so happened to find a bottle, and he said, oh, look, somebody peed in a bottle. And then right away, I'm like, you need to drink that if you want to quit early. Like that, there was no plan for that. It just happened, you know?
Right. Earlier this year, when you had your host essentially in a rotation saying, I'm going to quit, now I'm back, I'm going to quit, now I'm back. Are you saying that that's all legit? That was legit stuff? It wasn't talked about behind the scenes? It wasn't like, oh, we'll emphasize this and exaggerate it for drama purposes?
Right before the cancer thing, I went live and I just tore Boogie a new one and Wings a new one and Tommy C a new one.
We are playing stroke play today and just 3 holes in front of us.
There's so many times where I just hate this show. They're so impossible to deal with. They're so impossible to work with. I got Boogie going around telling CoffeeZilla that he doesn't get paid from the show. When really the show is paying his mortgage.
Fairway bound.
I'm pissed. Bro, I work so hard to get this thing working, Phil, for them, and they're getting checks off of it,
Let's see how this hole goes for him.
Carelessly say something to another content creator that they're not getting paid from the show. Like, I was super offended. I'm not doing this anymore. But then what happens next is Destiny reaches out to me and he wants to confront Boogie.
Now, I know this is going to be amazing content, so I go and tell those guys, hey, I want you to do a reaction stream to the stream that I just did where I was saying I was quit. And they're like, okay, we'll do one. I go, say whatever you want. I won't get mad, right? And, so they do it, and they start responding, and then I just jumped in with Destiny. They had no idea that I was bringing Destiny on. Destiny hits them, and now it's like, yes, I just got done saying I'm quitting, but we are on this content that if I don't take advantage of right now, it's part of the adapting thing, Phil, that I'm telling you about, right? If I don't jump on this right now, this would be the biggest mistake ever. So then I stick with the show, and then things happen with Tommy, and, there were times when Wings wanted to quit the show. He truly wanted to quit the show. None of that stuff is planned. It's just we're all a little bit crazy. We're all characters. We all react like that to anything,
Okay, so you are making a public statement. All that stuff is real. That's not any scripted bullshit where you planned it ahead of time. It's just stuff that actually happens on your show. Because the conception is, from the outside, it looks like it's fake. It really does. It looks like it's a reality TV show that is scripted kind of in advance and let play out. But it totally looks like when Wings is quitting and how Tommy's quitting and this guy's quitting. Like, that's a shtick you do every once in a while, maybe with content. It doesn't seem legit as an outside viewer. Just to let you know.
If you were to listen to all our private conversations, it's the same thing in private that never hits the air.
All right, this is his eagle attempt.
There's constant hey, are we going live now? And then someone ignores and doesn't respond for 10 hours, and it's like, bro, do you know how much money this show is making? Yo, you need to. And there's conflict behind the scenes the entire time. Just the other day. Okay, here's a good example. Just the other day. Kino Casino was trying to get Wings Redemption to play video games with you.
I was going to ask you about this. I'm glad we're getting
good. So PPP DMs Wings, hey, come play video games with me and Phil. Wings responds to PPP and says, no, I don't want to invest my money. He's holding a grudge against PPP, or against Kino Casino. Now, why wouldn't Wings just talk to me and ask me if that's cool, or have a conversation, or better understand why is he speaking for me?
He made an assumption, a bad assumption, and now it looks bad on you because he made a bad assumption.
So now I got Kino Casino over here spreading this, propaganda that teams garnishing Wings' wages and all this stuff, when it's not true. And he made that assumption based on me telling Wings maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, stop plugging Kino Casino. Because they were also saying the show is fake. And the show is not fake. It's not scripted, right? And I've always liked their show. We've shouted them out. But it came to a point where they were saying so much negative stuff that we can't really plug them anymore. I'm not going to shout them out if they're saying negative stuff. So Wings took that and ran with it where there was a grudge. So, I had all these problems because of Wings. And, we give them the phone and I'm like, Wings, listen.
All right, he's got this
left for the bird. For Lolcow Live, for yourself, for Phil, for Kino Casino. Do the collab. Okay, I'll do it. Was he there? No. He had to go take a fucking nap. So it's like, this shit doesn't, it seems like somebody wrote that story that I believe.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, this one for par.
That's what really happened,
this putt's going
right?
a little to the
That's
left.
what it's like dealing with these guys.
But the thing is,
and we're starting the round at even par, and that's a great way to kick things off.
Because she's had a track record of saying he was going to do something and then backing out at the last minute over and over and over. So because of that, I believe you. I will give you the benefit of the doubt on that story. I do think it was on him. And, yeah, I think that he did spin you in a bad light there. Thank God it got squashed before anything too bad happened, and now you have another war between two groups for no good reason. I think that was handled well. So.
Phil, listen, I'm on the phone with Wayne screaming at him, don't fucking speak for me ever again. Dude, stop saying shit that I'm not saying. Dude, I'm fucking mad at him. And he goes, well, Keem, I just think it would be a good idea if you let me play. I'm like, you should play. I never said you couldn't. And so me and Wayne squash it. He's going to play with you that night. And after all that, after this big fight, this big feud of like 20 minutes of me and Wings going back and forth in private, he doesn't show up. Right?
Slopes away from us, might be able to get some extra yards.
This is reality of working with them. You know?
Wow. And to be honest with you, I almost feel like
with Milo's rewards, every purchase earns points towards Milo's money.
I'm having that.
Those points for my bathroom reno means paying for my bedroom makeover. If I
He's
buy this,
ready to
I
roll.
get these.
Let's see how he does
Sign
on
up
this
from-
hole.
I made the right decision, because if I was on that show with those guys and we were going through this shit every day, it'd be like, I don't think I can stand it, man. I'm 42 years old. You know, I'm fucking getting older. I don't have time for this bullshit. It's like, it's time to work. No, you can't work because they're fucking around today. Like, no, fuck this. You know, they kick them off the show. I'll just fucking do it myself. I guess that's my attitude. You know, so I gotta give you some props here too. So now we've been going for an hour. All right, I want to give you an opportunity. You have any questions you would like to ask me at all about anything?
190 yards.
And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, there's certain things I'm not going to talk about, like fucking finances and shit. But if you have any stuff you want to ask me, I want to give you a forum here to do that as well. It was not supposed to be just me interrogating you. And, you know, and then probably I told my viewers we probably end, I don't know how long you have, but we probably ended by like 1 p.m. So that way I'm respecting your time too. But I want to give you a forum here. Is there anything that you would like to talk about?
We can end it relatively soon, and I don't really have questions. I more just have advice. All right.
Sure.
Do not let this opportunity slip. All right. When you get 10, 15 people saying Phil is king, right? It could be 20,000 people. It could be 100,000 people. It doesn't need to stop. In order to build on this, it's just collaborations after collaborations after collaborations, right? You know, I think you hit the nail on the head having me on first, because we've had so much of a heated argument. People are going to tune in and see this. There's 2,600 people here right now. Like, that's an insane number, right?
For me.
I wouldn't, you know, I feel like over the last decade, you've kind of reverted to like a safe place because you had to, right? It's a defensive mechanism. Like, you go out, you collaborate with people, or you start talking to more people,
might be heading to the,
and you get
sand.
treated unfairly. So fuck
that
that.
mark, did it?
You know, you end up turning into a control freak, and it's just your channel, just your viewers, just people that agree with you. And I think that's a natural thing that happens. I don't think that you went out of your way to be this weird control freak, right? I think it happened out of a sense of being on the defense all the time, right?
Right. That's exactly what happened. And the times I did try, because you probably don't know this, there was a couple times I did try to do collabs with other streamers. My detractors would go to their fucking streams and harass the shit out of them and their fan bases, and those people had to cancel because they're like, I'm sorry, we can't have our businesses ruined because your detractors are fucking unhinged. So I didn't have that opportunity to do those kind of crossovers, which would have benefited me.
And so now that it's like the doors open a little bit and you can see the outer world, I go right through it. Yes, you know, not everything's going to be a win. Not everything's going to be successful. But you have to just keep collaborating. You have to just keep changing it up, doing bigger things. You know, you constantly need to think about, like, what does not just my hardcore fans want, but the people that are interested in me want. And some of those are haters. What do they want? Like, I keep bringing up you having a conversation with side scrollers. I think that's huge. I think everybody tunes in. I think the Kino guys promote it. They review it. I'm going to be interested in it. I think Locale Live tunes in and reviews it to see how that conversation goes. You just got to keep doing risky stuff and not necessarily be in that safe bubble anymore. Now you just got to go.
I appreciate that advice. I agree with you, but I do want to say this to my viewers as well. Many people have been along for
Nicely done out of the bunker.
The only reason I'm still here today, and
it'll
even
be for
we're having
Birdie.
this conversation, the reason that I had an
This one's
audience
going
to
left
be
to right.
notable to be on Keno Casino is because I have a hardcore fan base that stuck with me through thick and thin, and I want them to know that I'm not going to abandon you. Just because I'm doing new content like this doesn't mean you're not going to get to see me play the hot new games. You're not going to get to see me do my normal social streams where I talk with you guys.
This putt's around 29 feet away. This one's moving to the right.
I don't even talk at all.
I'm a loser. Okay.
From there, fine effort. And this putt from 10 feet. This one looks like it's breaking to the left.
Going to happen because a lot of people are afraid. Phil's changing. People are afraid of change, right? And I get that. They go, "Oh, Phil's just going to do this collab shit now." No, it's going to be a part of everything that I do. So I completely agree with your advice. Things have changed. I need to change, or else I'm just going to be this little freaky guy making content for 500 people on this channel forever. Obviously, I don't want to be stuck or pigeonholed into that kind of thing. I want to be able to do cool things. I love to do collab streams with different people, talk about different topics. That should be known as the asshole everyone shits on. So this is great. Thank you for coming on the show. But I have one final question for you, man, before I let you go. This is important, right? Mm-hmm. Is your beard real?
All right, let's see how this next hole is playing.
Yeah, it's real, but it's dyed. It's dyed. Because,
oh my God, he admits it's dyed? I can't believe he would say that on the show.
Yeah, because we're the same age, right? You know, my beard would be fully gray, right?
Yeah, look at me. People used to say to me, Phil,
sitting
your
at
beard is
one
patchy.
over par.
I was like, do you not understand what age is, you idiot? My beard is getting white. I'm older now. It's not that I'm old today. I'm fucking old, dude. Like, people age, and people choose to do things differently. I said, I'm not going to cover nothing. I know I'm losing my hair. I'm not going to fucking shave my head or wear a hat. I'm just going to let it look. And so people criticize my look. They're constantly on you because you grow the beard out, you dye it. It's your thing, though. It's your trait. It's the thing that's notable about you. When you think Keemstar, you think the beard, right?
The black beard, and that's why I dye it. And you know, the same thing with the hat. I always wore hats. Like, you know, over the last couple of years, I've been wearing like bandanas and whatnot, and just because they're more comfortable. But I really shouldn't. I should always have a hat on. It should be relatively a black hat, and I should always have a black beard. That's my look. That's how I'm recognized throughout the world, you know.
All right,
it's part of my costume, if you will.
Final hole of this one, and you're 2 strokes off the lead.
Any final thoughts or anything before we adjourn here?
Dude, you know who you really should talk to? Review Tech USA.
Oh, man.
I would love that conversation.
Come on. But, I mean, I'm holding this final chip.
I love it.
I don't want to take this away and get a final chip with this guy. I mean, it might be completely belted if we do that. I might actually lose his final chip. I don't know if I want to do that to him. You know what it is with me? Like, I just did a fucking 4-hour show on him, right? I ragged on him, I destroyed him, and it's like, to me, I've been there. I've been the subject of that kind of shit so much that it's like, I know that hurt him. After 10 years of abuse he gave me, I finally gave it back to him, and it's like, I kind of said my piece, and yes, I'll reference him in my content, joke a little bit, but I don't know how it's going to benefit him. I mean, he probably would think it would benefit him, but also, I mean, let's be honest here, have you seen him recently? Like, he's barely coherent when he's even on a stream. Because I don't even know how I can do a stream with this guy, because he's popping edibles and shit, and this is not me making fun of him. He's doing it publicly. This is not, I'm trying to talk shit about the guy. I don't even know how I could have a conversation with him without him, like, trailing off and his eyes closed, and then, you know. So maybe, all right, a good suggestion. I will take your suggestions to heart, and I want to thank
this one's heading
you for coming on the
a
show,
little bit to
being
the
the
left.
first guest on the Level 1 podcast. I'm not shitting you. I didn't have anything working like this until today. Like, I never would have been able to have a guest on the show. I never used Discord like this before or anything. So this is all a first-time thing for me, and I think it went well. Everyone in the chat seems to have loved it. They said everything went well, and, you know, they liked the questions I asked, and we had the conversations they wanted, so I guess it worked out. And let me put it this way. I wish you well with the Lolcow Live. I do. Just understand that it's a morality thing. For me, like a show about it's lolcows. Let's make him do this. It's degrading shit. That's something that I could not be involved with. But that's me. And your content and your guys who are in there, if you're okay with it, then so be it. Content exists for a reason and variety exists for a reason, right? And that's okay to have options.
Well, let me leave with this. Lolcow Live is more than just like, you know, picking on them or whatever. it's really a redemption show. Like, Wings has gotten so much respect from being on the show. Boogie, the complete opposite. He faked cancer. Like, there's no beating that. there's no beating that hurdle, right? But hey, Phil, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for treating me with respect and all that, and having the combo that you told me we would have. So I appreciate it, man.
All right. Wish you well, sir. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Well, hey, what happened? So if you enjoyed that, please leave a comment on the video. The chat enjoyed it. Please leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you think. All right? And I would love suggestions for collabs and stuff. Of course, you have to understand.
And his 4th shot on this hole. Good one. All right, and he's dealing with a greenside rough situation.
All right. We being fucking over this. You mean on my stomach. Fuck you.
Hold on. Grim is mad he doesn't have long hair and tattoos like that. First of all, I don't want tattoos. Second of all,
shit. Grim's gonna be
I don't think I want my hair that long.
Around 12 feet.
Grim's gonna be getting
I think this one will go left to right.
I'm not doing that. You can go fucking get that. That's what you can do.
His finger, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fucking yeah. Just like when those fucking those girls like from 20 years ago would get like the fucking little mustache
All right,
and shit.
he's all done
We're
his
like,
round.
"Oh,
And about
fucking
5
out."
feet to go.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you remember that little arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have one, don't you? Wait. Are you saying your significant other has that? No.
Come on, get in there. And a 5-foot putt for him.
Like, do you see it? Like, is it so like faded enough to see it? Oh my fucking god! I was actually joking about you doing that, but you actually.
All right, he's all done. This one's just a 3-footer.
Oh, they didn't fucking get a mustache tattoo in my finger, you dickhead. Like the fuck I would. I was all the tattoos I have. None of them are jokey. Why would I get a
Time
fucking
seemed to fly
mustache?
by, didn't it? Just
none
like
of
that.
them are
Putt
jokey.
dropped and your round is over.
Right now, you want to get a
And as this round comes to a close, it'll
like,
be
none of them
like
at this
+1.
moment in time, this present moment in time, none of them are
Well,
jokey.
I had a good time out there today. I am happy that you brought me
It's not
along
a
for the
serious
ride.
tattoo.
And
like
we'll see you real soon.
I'm gonna get the fucking See? Chad agrees with me. It was believable. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. You say. No, I'm like, okay. I never think about that. I also looked at the I always wanted to get a plan. No, we're not getting a fucking. We're not getting a Grim. Grim can get it. Look, it just belongs to Grim, and then it's pointing down. I tell you what, we'll add it to this group because we like adding this whatever. Look, if we hit this goal, Grim will get a timestamp that says 19.
Yeah, it says medium skin tone pointing down index.
As well. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh, speaking of which, I probably have to finish this for our viewers. Alright, let me try my best to set it up with Nightmare. Yeah. I know I have to see this at one point, but I was thinking about myself.
I don't think I lost all access to Streamlabs. I can set that up. But I'm definitely going to try to get in a way to where we can hear that, and then you guys can spam and then annoy the shit out of us, because I'm sure that would be fun for you guys.
We're supposed to email it saying this, so that's an idea. Another idea we had, however, is focus on this.
Oh,
yeah. Guys, here's the fucking thing, right? This is fucking cool as fuck. So apparently, with the test site of merch, right? On lolcow.co, by the way, check it out. There's a test segment where there's like all like test merch. There's we have a hat, a t-shirt, and a hoodie at the
Hello
moment.
there, my
But
name is John
we were told by
McCarthy.
Keith, if
Ever
we
so
want
glad
any
you
design,
could join me for
we
this
could just
round of golf here on PGA Tour 2K25. We are here to play a bit of matchmaking fun. 3 holes ahead of us. Stroke play are the rules.
That's gotta be done. There's
Let's have
no
a
way
good
we
round
don't
out there.
fucking do. What I would
This
also
one
like to
may
do, I think
end up in the rough. Not sure, though.
to involve is have a Fana competition.
Don't worry about it.
So a competition, Fana socialize
All right, let's see
around.
how he does on this hole.
We do this. Anyone can join in for free, and in 2 weeks' time on Friday. So 2 weeks on Friday, we will host a stream where we go through all the fan art that we get delivered. All right, and then we'll pick out the competitional winners, and then they'll get subjected through to the top 5, and then the top 4, and then you guys will get to
Let's see what
decide
he does
which
on
one.
this one.
How's that fucking sound? The emotes are being worked on, CJ. I promise you they are getting worked on. But I think having a way where we can have the community have something put on to merch would be really fucking cool. I love the idea of that. I think it's going to be great. So, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Let's do a poll.
He might need a club or two extra from here. This is really deep.
All of that's not going to do fan art of like me and the hamper. It's just like the arms out like the Jesus statue in Brazil. You know what I'm talking about? Like as I'm like falling down.
Might have enough to get to the green.
I feel like that'd be pretty good.
And we are back
Jason,
in the
really
fairway. Setting
I
up
saw your
for
other
our
comment
third
there.
shot.
He actually had a really good recommendation. Why don't you guys do taste shows? Buy the same foods and fry them together with a nasty show.
Okay, he's eyeing this one up. He's got a long putt ahead of him. Let's tune in, see what happens. So it looks like it has a little bit of a break to the
Explore
left.
beans with ease.
Dude. Yeah, can I just say, by the way, guys, no weird Yowie art of me and Grim.
Oh, and the putt
Why not?
doesn't
I don't know.
go.
Anyway, they will be.
And for
You will be able to
bogey,
upload your art pieces
putt's moving to the
until a
left,
day
up
before
the
the
hill.
submission date. So the submission date, right, will be the 25th of April. The 25th of April, your art piece will be able to be added to our live show, and then we will go through each and every one. We'll pick our favorites out of them, and then you guys will make a vote who wins. Maybe we pick 2. I don't know. We'll fucking see.
flying
And I
by
think
the
we should do that. I think it'd be great. Henry will probably win that. I mean, who knows? I don't know. There's a lot of fucking great art this year. There's a lot of great. And I would genuinely love to see what kind of people come. And I think it's a cool way to, like, yeah.
I'm gonna pick a winner now.
Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna draw a fan art of Grim hugging Nightmare.
Okay, he's got this one for birdie. I think this is going to go
I love
right
it.
to
I
left.
fucking love it. I want that one. I'm gonna wear it every day. You're gonna have to look at it.
Yeah, think
every day.
logistics, guys.
And he
What we
gets
would like
the
to
putt
be
to
on
go.
there. Maybe nothing
That was a pretty
weird
good one.
like the theme.
9 feet to the cup. And just a slight little break in this one to the left, I think.
That stream will be, I'll set up everything.
Oh, come on, be nice.
If
All
the
right,
score
little
wins,
tap
this
putt
is
here.
rigged. No, I don't think it's fair to include him. I don't think it's fair. He's already gonna have his
Okay,
own
moving
design
on.
to include, already.
And this is
he's gonna be
his
separate.
putt
He's
for
gonna have
par.
his own designs that we're gonna implement already. You guys are gonna be all fighting each
That
other.
putt will go.
So,
And right
Bye,
now,
you do what
you
you need
sit
to do,
at
okay?
4 over
But-
par.
I can't say it over.
I could be the pregnant one if you want. Perfectly fine with that. Do you not want me to be the pregnant?
I don't know, man.
Have a beautiful baby. Grimmare. Night rim. Whoa.
Night
Yo.
ring, Steve. I don't think you understand.
I didn't think about that the moment he said it.
All right, let's see how he does.
Make some nice green, bro.
Oh no. Are you scripting AI generated art submission? Yes.
No, are you retard? Learn to fucking read. Are you accepting AI generated art submission? Yeah. We can accept.
I'll load.
That's fine.
Night Room is diabolical.
We can accept it, but obviously, like,
Right, here we go.
you know,
Give
we'll
it
know
a rip.
something's AI, so we'll
Let's
have to
hit
like.
that fairway.
We'll judge it appropriately, okay? Yeah. Whatever you guys want, you just DM either myself or Grim, and we'll put it all into a file, and then we'll look through it together. We will need profile, like,
Ouch, what was that?
pop onto a file.
Oh, crud. That one went out of bounds.
Also, just a reminder for you guys, if you guys didn't hear it yesterday, if you have Lockout Test merch, or if you haven't gotten already Lockout Test merch, the link is up above. It's pinned. Lockout code.
Was a good one?
Lockout.co/.
Okay, about 175 yards to go here.
Lockout.co.uk code. And you'll pop straight
A
up.
little bit to the right on the approach here.
All of the shows.
Well, you can't hit them all.
What you want, we'll place you by text. And then, yeah, I'll show you all the merch available.
Also, if you are going to get a, you're going to be like Grug, alright? Who's fucking cool. You're going to be like me and Nightmare over here, and as well as Dead Score, alright? Those are the only people that I know that have a test hoodie. If you are going to get one, a hoodie, hat, t-shirt, doesn't matter, alright? Send us a picture. It doesn't have to be with your face on it or anything like that. You know, you can be private. We just want to get a picture of it. DM it to either me or Nightmare. We'll have a nice little collage of all of our fans and all their hoodies and deals like that. So we want to show our appreciation for one, but also two, it's really cool to see you guys exercise.
They are going with the 9 iron on this one.
I want to call like.
And he's coming out of the deep rough here.
I think it'd be funny if like we had it to the toe dice, with your head on it, and then I'm sat on it, just like chilling.
Yeah, I'm Tortoise. Okay.
Yes. You are. Are you sitting right as
And
well?
I'm pregnant. And I'm pregnant too, right? Pregnant Tortoise. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Pregnant with and then we're what is? Okay.
I don't know, man. I really want to be pregnant.
This is a very, very long putt, but I have confidence in you. It looks like this one's breaking right to left.
I think that might be against the. I don't know.
Me.
Look, guys, you submit whatever the fuck you want.
All right, don't let it get you down. We'll get back on the green and be on our way.
Wait a second. You have until the 25th of April.
Now this from 12 feet. This one's breaking left to right.
The competition will be launched. So you can
And he gets that one to go, and that's his birdie. He's got 8 feet to go.
I really wish you would move on from this individual subject. It's really fucking strange.
This is a bad bit.
Just missed.
Oh,
and just pop this one in for the quad bogey and just get the heck out of here.
That's really fucking weird.
No, that was tough. It's a little bit too hard on that one. Okay, he's got 2 feet to go here.
Yeah, that's fucking
And that putt safely in its home. All right, here we go. This is the last putt of the hole, right? Right? And after that one, par for the day.
Gino with the $5. I love it.
Drop a vouch. Appreciate it.
Well, probably. Sorry, I'm fantasizing about being
I have
pregnant.
to fucking go and check this FOMO, baby.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How do I string? Okay, we're going into the chat segment, guys. We can play this video for everyone to see.
And he's ready to tee off here. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. I was shoot the text logo at the end. It's kind of bad.
pasta. What?
Oh, this
Where does he have?
shot should work.
Where does she have the time to do this?
I don't fucking know. The Tesla logo at the end is pretty badass, though.
Time to send it.
Yeah, I'm downloading that shit right now. What's the videotape?
Nice.
So, okay, okay.
Okay, you've got about 220 yards to go.
So, spaghetti, hot sauce, hostage, little plush toy. Wait, no, hold on, that's a reference from last time. Because, Gino...
Come on, bounce to the right.
Left a Etsy listing that was a full-body hand puppet, and that was a no, that was a plush box. Oh my god, there's so many clues. Spaghetti and hot sauce, puppet, hostage,
Twisted Puppet stole her.
ooh, Twisted Sisters.
Yeah.
Hold up, I think we're on to something.
Twisted for you to fucking put spaghetti and hot sauce.
Let's see what his second shot
Oh,
looks
don't
like.
get it twisted. Bars.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm a little cringe. I'm very cringe today. When I'm tired, I am.
Well, why are you
I come off my rocker.
Why are you fucking tired?
I didn't sleep. When I got home, all I did was just play Schedule 1.
What the fuck is that?
It's like a drug game. Like you sell drugs. You're a drug dealer.
What the
almost in there with
Why
the
are
tip.
you playing
Yeah,
this
man.
exotic game?
Cause like I'm trying to like ruin
Platinum,
society.
this one from downtown. This is it's
know?
going to be interesting.
Trying to get people
This one's breaking pretty hard to the right.
Trying to get them blasting. Trying to get them. Yeah, it's like that means you get high.
Is that what you guys pull
The
game?
putt's just going to fly right by the hole, I
just pull
guess.
the
All right, let's get back
Come on,
on this
You know,
green
get
here.
getting blasted. Fucking get Baja. Get Baja.
Nice chip.
See, you guys can't even speak your own
Okay,
language.
he needs
You
this
fucking
to
dare.
save
Okay,
putt.
Baja,
I think this one's going to go a bit to the left.
Dead ass though. I need to figure out Gino's little freaking.
And he'll end his round with a solid
really
par.
pregnant Adam Sandler?
Now this putt from 6 feet.
That'd be a great show.
Have a good night, my man. Nice to see you, Jason, as always.
Oh!
You.
All right, if he sinks this one, then it's going to force a playoff hole, and I can't wait to see you beat him on that next hole. All right, that'll do it for him here today. All right, let's. All right, well, that'll do it for you. But your friends have triggered a playoff hole. Let's stick around and see who comes out on
I mean,
top.
like, for you to be like a Price is Right to be your favorite fan, like, you know, number one.
All right, this
My
player
favorite
is
fan,
next.
Not your number one fan of. Let my brain fucking cook, dude. You guys are fucking pickled into it, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Do I have a bone to pickle with you?
Speaking of copyright, let's play this song.
Oh no.
He might end
Yo,
up
we
in
got
the
a
rough on this
copyright
one.
strike
Let's
from
see.
yesterday, by the way.
That's not my fault. I looked it up, and he said it was fine as long as we commentated
And that
on it.
one
We
rolls
did.
just barely into the second
We
cut.
literally got
All right, this
demonetized.
next player is ready to roll.
Well, it's not my fault. Like, they said,
Not your fault.
I googled it, and it was like, oh yeah, you can watch trailers on YouTube
And you're gonna
Live.
trust Google?
When it's
If
a
you
YouTube
know
fucking
somebody
thing,
and it's
yeah.
illegal, you would do it.
Well, no, because if I looked at it, it's illegal to kill someone, I'll probably get the fucking FBI in my door.
A lot of this guy. FBI, they don't have. Sorry.
From meeting for coffee, I love you, to meeting the family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards for the little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead. Gonna get rotten junk.
Mozambique here. Come on now, bring it. Here we go.
I leveled up? Hell yes.
of like personal health.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you found it funny.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah. I think we should follow with the Lovecraft test of this out. That's facts. I think I should write first video. That's all facts. 5 on facts. Usually like that. Dirt Devil? Bro, man. Shark. I forget the name of it. What? Something shark.
Sharknado.
No, not Sharknado.
Well, dude, what the fuck are you saying?
The shark, you know, the shark vacuum company. Shark Vac? Shark Vac.
Shark.
That's what it's called.
You mean a shark vac?
No, there's a shark one. Like it's a little shark.
I don't know. You want us to test random products?
Yeah, or like eat food. We could test out food and see what we think about it.
Some people.
That's jail food hacks.
Still, some people still test show ideas. I mean,
of course.
You can. Is it gonna go well? The answer is probably not. You'll have to like. The thing you see with these shows is everyone said everything that you know? Really, like, you know, when you think about it, there's not really original ideas to come in. So it's just like there's a dude that came in the other day to do lots of paranormal. I think.
Did you read Voltage Mike?
Yeah, I mean, that's where this came from. Like, you know, like that's a lot right here, man. What about this?
Voltage Mike said you guys should test local Philly fence.
Local what?
Local Philly fence. You know what that is?
No, what the fuck is that?
So in Philadelphia, there was a huge epidemic, whatever, of like people who've been like taking a fuck ton of like fentanyl, and it's like a really big issue over there. It's like a big drug problem.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that we go try fent, and then we, you know,
is it that good? Is it that fucking? Yeah, but is it that good that people fentanyl in Ah, dude, that's like fucking, that's catchy. So, you know, good old fashioned ketamine, dude. You get some of that shit. You feel like
ketamine.
Ketamine.
Yeah. So how do you pronounce Balcentine? Oh, interesting how that works. Okay.
Valentine. What the fuck do you mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, not Valentine, right? You wouldn't call it that?
Look, there's no fucking E. It said it was spelt retard. That's what I just said. And then you picked another word. That sounds how it's spelled. Are you fucking... Dude, extremely autistic.
Why? It's KCAI or KCAMINE.
Yeah. Well, so it's like ketamine.
It's like Valentine. It's like ketamine, Valentine. I don't know. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you're saying ketamine. It's not spelled as that either.
Yeah, it is. M-I-N-E. Yeah.
Yeah, if you say mean, it's M-E-A-N. No, mean. Not
mean. You're mean.
Not mine. That's mine. I have ketamine.
You ever tried fentanyl?
That's mine.
Mean?
Yeah.
Mean.
Mean.
Me my mo.
Psychophone.
Oh, is that what you guys always say? Like when you go visit like really tall people?
That's so
you fight for fun.
That's what the tall people would say. You fucking special.
He smelled the blood of an Englishman. Is that what the tall people say to you?
I don't think we could be friends with him.
What?
I don't think we could be friends with him. I might need a new co-host.
What do you mean, Rascal?
Ah, dude. Well, guess what? You can call me Rascal. I'll take it because he's fucking gonna be winning tomorrow.
Oh no!
Yeah. Choose your words wisely, Twiggy.
No.
No.
I feel like I'm at least more tolerable. Than Twiggies to some degree.
Dude, I'm only funny.
I can annoy the shit out of you.
Dude,
I'm not fucking.
leprosy is intolerable with fucking Twiggy, okay? Like, you're not exactly pitching a fucking a strong argument there. Let's be fucking real.
I'm just trying to think back here. Alright, man. I'm here, man. How about Rastov pregnant fan art with Twiggy baby?
That's fucking weird. Twiggy head fucking popping.
Honestly? Yeah, and it's coming out of like Mike hernia.
Yeah. Mike Turner is the way to say something.
You know what we should do? We should go into Test VC. Let Brendan know we're in Test VC. And for anyone that wants to hop into Test VC, you let them know that we're live.
Alright. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Retard. I'm the captain now. Look at me with my tortoise fucking shell. Me.
I don't think she's there. So she can't confess.
She's not there.
Here,
No,
I'm
she's not
here.
there. Oh,
I'm
oh,
here.
What up, friend?
What's better?
We're live.
We're live right now.
What do we...
Going live to Test VC.
Yeah.
We're doing
Oh.
it. Oh yeah.
How we doing?
Yeah. We want the people here.
Gonna put a chat in the message in main that we're live in Test VC. Yeah. You know the way. The way that people want to. For real, bro. Test VC with hey.
Yeah, really not hit up all the tests right now?
Did you just tell him in the chat that we're back here?
Yeah.
How do I...
I ran away to go pee again, and I had to be careful so I wouldn't fall on my ass. So.
That makes sense. You don't want to, you don't want to repeat the same mistake twice.
Oh, God, no.
How do I hit up people from
Mike's
fucking
hernia
Let me...
is the baby. Gina, fuck it up.
How am I supposed to fucking at everybody?
Just put in the main chat. Test lovers, we're in Test VC right now. Get popping. Come on, we're live in Test VC. Get your ass in. Everyone in the chat here, if you want to pop into Test VC, come on. We have 25 slots. 22 there.
Baby,
boy.
What do you guys think of when y'all's name?
What up,
Oh,
hell yeah. How we doing? It's time to
party.
Get that time from
Hey, are y'all coming to my and Brush divorce party?
Oh, yeah.
Divorce?
Yeah, we fucking love divorce.
And I gotta have a divorce party.
Dude,
That's
hopefully...
the next step.
Dude, I can't wait to fucking see him get divorced, dude. He's gonna cry so hard and lose all his money. I can't wait.
No more alimony, baby.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Everything.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that.
I did.
I didn't.
God did. I mean, I did.
Fuck him! Oh my god! Oh my god. What was that name? God damn.
Hey! Tequila!
I got some orange juice.
1800 tequila. Sponsored by Wesley Snipes. How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm sorry? Wait, hold up. Wesley Snipes was an Happy Dragon?
Not probably.
I don't think he was.
How do you know you weren't there? It was filmed like thousands of years ago back in Dragon's
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Babe.
What up, Padina?
Oh no.
Hey, how are we
eating your
live in DC and live on YouTube as well?
What?
It's not live.
No, we're
What?
live. We're on live.
Oh, we're live. You're live?
I don't want to cash
Oh,
it
yeah.
but it looks famous for $100. Look, dude, can I, let me, wait, guys, one second. Let me explain the test for you legit. Shut the fuck up! Let me explain the test for you guys. It is beautiful material, it's well crafted, I assure you. It's comfortable fuck away. I understand $100 is a little bit high, but it's because of all the results of different materials and manufacturing costs, that's why it's the price it is. Not to mention like the custom name and stuff, you know. But yeah, the test, well, all of the Lolcow hoodies, same materials, they're fucking absolutely gorgeous. They feel amazing. The colors are vibrant as fuck. Mine's had several washes, and like the color stayed in, like it's not dropped at all, which is fucking awesome. Because that was one of my biggest fears. Whenever it comes to colored like t-shirts or hoodies, how much until the fucking wear tear the logos and the coloring of the actual product. And like it's not, there's no sign. I've got to become a wash. So like, I'm just saying. Hopefully I sell this to you guys. But you know, got it out.
I'm telling y'all, alright? It looks thin, but trust me, it is comfy and it will keep you warm. Alright? Rugs! Tell us, skip.
When I called him, he informed me that I had stock on the table. And when I called him, he informed me that I had stock on the table and was trying to gaslight me into me saying I was an abused victim, and I'm not.
Drop it now. We'll watch it on stream. I don't hit anybody. I don't hit anybody. I haven't watched the Lemons video in a minute. No, not really depression stream. Like I'm not in the greatest headspace today, but it is what it is. So like, just figured I'd want to sit around and talk to some people. I figured I'd put the stream on and chat with you guys. What's up, Crasco? Crasco, you want your mod back?
And a big fat welcome to PGA Tour.
Do I like chicken jockey? I don't know that.
Can't wait for the golf. I can't stress that.
Doing all right. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to talk about.
Playing
I
a
just
quick
wanted to
round
just
of
kind of
3
like chill
holes
out
today,
tonight.
this matchmaking affair.
And Ender Pearl.
Let's get into it.
Why am I so sad? It's a long story. It's a long fucking story. I don't want to get into it. I kind of want to chat. What do you guys want to chat about? I'd have to go look at it, Crasco. I'll try to embed you after the stream. I don't want to like stop playing to go through bands because like there's been a lot of things recently. Kaylee, is Kelly feeling better about everything?
Not positive. Could be rough. Could be fairway though.
Kelly's been very good for me.
Setting up here in the deep stuff.
And I don't know how to answer your question. I feel because like Kelly's answer is she'll support me through anything I want to do, right? And I'm over here torn with what I actually want to do.
Yeah, this one's coming out of the rough, and I don't know if it's going to make it. And that approach was a bit wayward.
Any kind of choices or lean towards
Here's
any
his
kind of
second
choices
shot.
on my own personal. Dude, Alexander, dude, I always support you. I just don't type chat, listen while working. Dude, Alexander, thank you for the $50 donation, my band. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much for the support. I'm glad I can give you something to work for. Like. So, as it sits right now, we're still probably going to be doing the Minecraft stream.
Side bunker.
We have, how can I say it? Kelly gets obsessed with McDonald's toys. So, like, we made a smorgasbord of McDonald's on this Minecraft movie. So we got a plethora of codes to give away if people actually want these Minecraft skins, or if you need a certain Minecraft skin that you're missing. If any of you out there who play Minecraft, because I never play. Kelly doesn't really play it either, but like we figured it'd be something fun to like have like a day where Kelly can play something that is more so. If ESP is playing Minecraft Friday, can we get a collab? I mean, if he wants to.
Oh, just missed that chip.
Like I'm
what do you think? Is he going to make this?
I'm kind of thinking about doing a horror
like
movie
this one's
podcast.
Taking a break to the left.
I got all these things I want to do. I just don't know when I should do them.
I made a couple friends
on a good line.
in the local universe. One of them is a guy that basically works on movie sets and things like that.
Okay,
and the other one is a guy that just has a horror movie YouTube channel. I don't think I met him from there. Like, I feel if we get together, we could actually do something that's
at the bare minimum, something that's fun to listen to. Because like, there's a lot of horror movie podcasts that I listen to, especially when I'm not sticking around driving.
Like, driving is one of my things I do, just kind of like calm my nerves. It's my zen space. Calm my nerves. It's my zen space.
Break free with the new Opera GX, a browser that puts you in control. With a brand new design that frees up even more pixels for personalization and an inventory of features to up your game at every level. Like GX Control to help rein in your resources with integrated limiters for RAM, CPU, and network. A sidebar for direct access to your favorite side
6 feet to the cup.
Streams and posts. And built-in privacy tools like ad and tracker blockers and free no-log VPN. Check into GX Corner for the latest news, deals, and free games. But what really makes our hit different is mods, giving you the power to change everything from animated wallpapers to themes, sounds, music, and shaders, so you can change everything. Get Opera GX.
Please see important safety information and indication at 402.
The fear of epilepsy is the unknown. Nothing.
We made it so far.
Stop! Come on now.
Yeah. On my nerves. It's my zen space. I don't want to talk too much about the locale situations
because I'm still so undecided on it, and it's like, dude, Citrus Crusader, thank you, $6, big ass pimps. I support you.
There we go. Nice swing on that one. Oh, yeah, that's going to do just fine. Great work.
Probably, but am I going to stream it is the real question.
I think it's breaking to the left.
Like, here's the thing with me and shooters, right? Like, I've been wanting to practice a lot with, like, anger management and stuff. And, like, shooters are my ultimate test. That and fighting games. And, like, those are the type of games that I tend to get more animated in. That's what mainly why people kind of watch me, so I get animated in those things. And, like, I don't know if I should bring those back to the channel.
Oh, man, just missing on the birdie putt. Right? All right, let's give this one a tap in and move to the next. Okay, 3 over par for you.
Because, like, I'm still unsure where I'm at with that. Thank you for the $20, man. Back here streaming on a regular again. Hopefully you keep this up. There's some actual videos as well. Get around to it. Big up Pimbo as well. Oh, Keith was some actual videos. I was supposed to do a video this week, but I don't know when I could get around to doing it. Because of the whole, like, path back to locale, I don't know what my week looks like. But I did have a plan for a video this week, which if it comes out, it'll be Saturday. All the videos I'm going to be putting out will be game related for the most part. It will be more centered around my personal life. And I thought about doing personal video on Saturday and like a game-related video on Sunday. Granted, the game-related videos are always going to struggle with it. Something to like give myself a creative outlet and try to like work myself through things. The question is, if I don't go back to locale, what is it that I want to do? I want to do what everybody else wants to do.
A little bit off on that swing. Make sure you check your swing meter.
Spend more time with my wife, and I want to be happy. I mean, like, I'm not out here wanting to be rich or become rich or get rich off of anybody, right? Like, my goal, as always, is just to make enough money to live comfortably, have some money stocked away, and just be happy. That's my end goal. How I get there, who knows? It's like tonight, I didn't turn my stream on tonight to make money. I mean, it's nice, right? It's nice that you guys want to show some love.
And this is your third shot.
But for the most part, I turned it on because I want to talk to you guys. And like, I want to make another Discord where like people can like come and talk to me, or like even right now, like instead of like talking on this, I have people to actually talk to. But at the same time, it's like I'm in such a situation where it's like it's hard to vet something that deep.
Okay, we're back honestly, in the fairway. That's good stuff. Now let's hit
the green. If I was smart, I would have fucking figured out. I would have figured out the way to make money long term with YouTube by now. I've been over emotional.
Like, ooh, nice little chip on that one.
That keeps his heart on his sleeve too much. Let's take a look at my last 6 months of my life, right? Recently, local we ran.
Yeah, looks like he's put on a good
like an average local day was about
not a bad effort from
4 hours, right?
Okay, let's drop.
And it's like, oh, everybody's like, let's do that. It's fine, 4 hours a day, because you generally you sit around, you talk about the thumbnail, you kind of get an idea what the show is going to be like. You talk to people to get stuff made, and then you go on and do the shows for like 2 hours, and then you spend like another hour or so after the fact.
Okay, you drop the putt, and we're done here.
With fans and stuff like that. So the problem
wasn't so much the time, was when the time happens, which is like you go 2 hours every night in prime time, and my wife would get off work at.
And with that, I will leave you.
My wife would get off work at 5 o'clock, and then as soon as she got off work, I'd have like an hour to talk to her. Then I'd go do local. By the time I got done with local, it'd be 9 o'clock. She'd be already in bed, and I would sit up. I'd go to sleep, and we'd go about and do it again the next day. Like most of the time that I had up when my wife was at work. And like we couldn't go out and do things, and like we always had to pre-plan stuff. But there's just certain things that I disliked about it. MAGA guide and bro, what do you need help with? Show proof I finished the online anger management course. All right.
Jamie's on edge. It's her first time changing her own oil, but she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helps her find a deal on what she needs to get the job.
Got my address on it, but everybody knows my fucking address. Dude, I took it seriously. Like, I've even looked for, like, an in-person anger management course. But, like, the only one I found around my area, which, granted, I've only, like, did cursory Google searches so far, is, like, some 6-week course that they want you to, like, go live there for 6 weeks. And it's, like, $25,000. I'm like, really, I'm not doing that. I'd rather people think I'm mad than give these motherfuckers $25,000 to go live with them for 6 weeks. Well, first off, stocks are down right now. Like, I don't know if you've been doing the stock market. I guess you have. It's been kind of brutal the last. Like, tariff speculation and then the actual tariffs going into effect has got a lot.
follow your logo